Hi, my name is Julien Olivari. I've been coaching for more than 20 years, ATP, WTA, and top junior player around the world. And today we're going to talk about the follow through. Let's go. Today we're going to talk about the follow through. What is the follow through? The follow through is to keep the ball as long as possible in the racket in the direction of the target. There is a lot of misunderstanding about the follow through that you're watching video and say, okay, Alcaraz have a straight arm, so he have a very long follow through, and the other one has a bent elbow and he has a less follow through. But this is wrong. You shouldn't watch the technique or the mechanics to decide or to get an opinion about the follow through. The follow through is really simple. It's only keeping the racket the ball on the racket as long as possible in the direction of the target. This is what is very important to do. A lot of players are pulling too soon because they don't have this in their mind, that they have to really keep the ball as long as possible on the racket in the direction of the target. It is very important that always in your mind you have a direction where you want to put the ball. If not, you will always focus just hitting the ball or thinking about a lot of information that is not connected. The most important part, and is the follow through, is to keep the ball as long as possible in the string. Why it is so important is because when you feel the ball long on the string, that the ball is sticking to your racket, you will feel timing and also confident. This is what is part of confident. It's a lot about timing. So you will find yourself in matches losing timing and then you say, I've lost my confidence. But no, you just lost your timing. So focus more on finding your timing, finding the follow through, feeling the ball as long as possible on the string to really find the timing and to get confident in a match. So today we're going to go by 2 or 3 exercises that will help you to understand a little bit more the follow through. So the first exercise is really to think about, I want the ball to stick to the racket as long as possible. So I'm really hitting the ball and I'm trying really to imagine that there is glue on the racket. Really glue the ball at the racket, and I'm trying to go and as long as I can. So first exercise, we go just by feeling, not thinking about target, not thinking about anything else, but thinking about I'm hitting the ball, but I try to stay as long as possible. A very classic exercise, old one actually, a very old exercise, is to put 3 balls on the ground, like this, and to imagine that the racket has to go through, imagine that there is no string on the racket, and you want that the racket will go, the frame of the racket will go through the 4 ball to feel the follow through. So we bounce the ball in the front and I'm trying 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I really try to keep the ball and try really to pass these 4 balls. See, whoop, like this. And it really doesn't matter which grip you have. If you have a full Western grip, same. You just try really to go by the 3. It will be more difficult with a full Western grip, as you see. Hop, because the racket tend to pull sooner left with the full Western grip. But this is not the problem. It's not about the grip. It's about how long the ball is going to stick to the racket. So one more time, hop. And I really try to stay as long as possible. I'm not trying to extend my arm. So this is also a mistake. Don't try to extend your arm to get a follow through. This is completely wrong. You just need to think about sticking the ball to the racket as long as possible. So the ball is coming and then go and you stick and you try to imagine this 4 ball. Hop, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I go. So of course it's easy when I'm standing right now throwing the ball to myself, but when you are moving and you try really to go and you have to imagine 1, 2, 3, 4 if I'm going inside, 1, 2, 3, 4 if I'm going cross, 1, 2, 3, 4 if I'm going middle. So with movement, it's going to be way more difficult, but this is basic information that you should put in your head. So you're always feeling that the ball stick to the racket, then you will get also timing and you will have also a long follow through. After it will be also easier to get more depth on the ball and to control really the ball the right way. So 2 more, just so you have a clear imagination of the exercise. Hop this way. After you understand the basic of the follow through, that it's not by extending the arm, but it's to keep the ball as long as possible, 4 balls in the racket. What we're going to do, we're going to put targets. Targets, it's a huge part of the game. And I see a lot of people practicing without target. Without target, you will not improve your precision, your follow through, and also your concentration. Very important. So now let's do with the target. As you see, I have put 3 cones, one on the inside out forehand, one on the middle, and one on the cross. It is very important to work with targets. The brain needs a specific place to be focused. If you just say cross, cross is too wide for the mind. Too wide the middle, and too wide also to go on the inside out. You must give him a spot so he can focus. The brain likes focus. So try to create as much as possible in your training, to put as much as possible target and create focus for your mind. So you don't have outside information coming into. So now, right now, we're working on the follow through. So it's gonna help you a lot that you always have to focus on the target. So let's start with the inside out. Let's say I'm going there and I focus to go on the target. I'm following through. I'm using the same exercise we did before, the 4-ball forward. So I'm focusing on keeping the ball as long as possible on the string and try to go and hit my spot this way. See? And now you start feeling how the follow through should feel. Like this. And you really try to feel that the ball is sticking to the racket, as I said before, and try to really hit the spots. You must hit your spot. Now we're going to do the same for the middle. Same, going straight line as much as I can, so I can find the right precision. Hop, like this. And I'm trying to be as close. So you try to understand the follow through using the target, and when you play, you do exactly the same. You put target on the court, and you try to keep the ball as long as possible, and you practice and try to be around the target as close as possible. After, when you're going to play match, you just imagine the target. Instead of playing, you imagine you put your target where you want to be. Today, the target's going to be here and here. And when you play, you focus, hop to the target instead of focusing on the opponent, on every other stuff that can pop up in your head. Focus on one spot, I follow through, and I keep my focus on my target. And now we're going to do the cross court, same. One more time, hop like this, you see? And I'm going in the direction, and I keep the ball as long as possible. Hop, like this. I pull too soon, so you see, if I pull too soon, the ball will go a little bit banana and go out. So go. Yes, this one was perfect, because I really felt it. Yes, excellent. You see, I keep the ball as long as I can. Hop, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hop, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hop, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is very important. Important to make also the mix. When after you understand and you stay there and you find the follow through, go and go. Inside out, I hit it. Middle, and then line. And then you start really playing with your mind. One more, inside out, middle, and perfect. And you see what I'm doing with my leg. I always find the adjustment, so there is space for my arm to go in the right direction. There are very small adjustments with the footwork, but they are very important. For the last exercise, we're going to use the double court, and we're going to use the aisle. So now my target is to go into the aisle. So I'm going, and I'm focusing to go, and I'm using what I learned already, the follow through, the 4-ball, 1, 2, 3, 4, to practice and to try to hit balls as much as I can into the aisle. It will give you and force you to go in a straight line and to keep the ball as long as possible. If you will pull too soon, then what will happen? You will be completely out of the aisle. And if you will be late and doesn't go enough outside, you will go in the net or you will go wide completely. So very important is like to try to keep the ball as long as possible. Same concept, exactly the same concept, but now it's more narrow, so you have to be more focused. So this exercise, you should do it also. You can do it this way to start feeling really the follow through and to keep really the control, to be really on the straight line, not to pull too soon or not to be too late. And then after, start playing with somebody and really try to move your leg and try to really always adapt to be able to put the ball into the alley. Hop this way, you see? And I really try to focus on keeping the ball as long as possible. And I try to go rallies. First of all, 5 rally in the row, then after 10 rally in the row, then 15, then 20. Then after you can upgrade the power and the top spin and everything and start to make full practice only on this part. I use this with professional tennis players, but it can work at any level. So you really can focus on the control and also on the spacing between you and the ball. Hope you enjoyed the video and now the follow through is really clear to you. Make use of this exercise. They are crucial to improve in matches, specifically in matches. If you want to work with me one-on-one, I have my own program. Name is MFX. Everything is live. Zoom with me, and I work on biomechanics. So if you need me, find me on school. I have my own community, or drop me a message on Instagram. See you soon. Let's go.